Good evening, Flymo. Hope you're keeping well. We'll get some trains running in a minute. Railmaster isn't playing ball this evening. How is everyone? Hi to everyone in chat, and hi to anybody who's watching on catch up. My railway room is a bit jam-packed this evening. I'll go into why in a moment. But first, let's get Railmaster running and get some trains going. Hope everyone can hear me okay. Hi Joshua, hi Jason, Jerry. How you guys all doing? Hornby Railmaster's great, but just sometimes it just refuses to work. Actually, it's not that good. So while I'm trying to get things started, if you haven't clicked the link at the top there for its YouTube video done back in July, it's only a minute and a half if you want to go off and have a quick watch of that. And then I can explain what I'm going to be doing this evening. Hi Dinmore, how you doing? So don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys. And all you people lurking in the background there, come into the chat and say hi. I'm just waiting for Railmaster to reboot. There we go. And I can get some trains going. There we go. One away. Hi Kieran, how you doing? Anybody else popped in that I've missed? Yeah, Jason, I've seen that go up. I could do it again from the museum, I was thinking, because this year we have Drumbo home, so I can do a live stream from the museum and around Drumbo. Same sort of format I done last time, see if I can rope my family into helping out. An evening time slot would probably suit better. Say 7 or 8 in the evening if they're available. Yeah, Jerry, we've been having interesting weather here as well. Hail, sleet, snow, sunshine. We were under an orange weather warning there for a few hours for snow and wind. It seems to have passed by now. Yeah, Jason, just put me down for a slot if there's one of 7 or 8, and just let me know which it is, and I'll do the museum tour again along with Drumbo, because we're talking towards the end of April, isn't it? Or beginning of April. It should be daylight around that time, hopefully. The clocks will be changing the end of March. So what I have happening tonight here is, if you watch that video I pinned to the top there, back in the end of June, beginning of July, a gentleman called Eddie Sullivan, who lives up north of the county, donated his layout and stuff to the railway centre. Now, unfortunately, Eddie passed away in December, and his daughters were over. They live in Canada, and they were over, and they contacted me over the weekend, and they informed me that he passed away, and they said they've got a lot of railway stuff of his here, there, and they wish to donate it to the club and to the centre again. So I've got it all here. There's some fantastic stuff, some fantastic models he made. So I need to record it all for the museum. So I thought the best way would be to do it here on the live stream. So there's a video record of it all, and we can go through it and see all what it is and have a look at the stuff, just to pay tribute to the man that built all this stuff, and it was his collection and his passion for many years. You will have also seen, if you looked on the Facebook page for Donegal Dad or for the centre or the club, that we had another donation of a fantastic layout of Pedigo, which was a mainline station in Donegal, and that's going into the grey wagon along with this stuff from Eddie. So the Pedigo station was built by an Aidan Dunn, who unfortunately also passed away in 2020, and his wife Barbara has been in contact with me. She's overjoyed that the museum has got it and putting it on display, and she's going to send me a picture and a few words about him, about Aidan, so we can have it up. And also likewise Eddie's daughters are going to do the same. So I'm going to move the camera down now onto, first of all I'll show you these trestles that he built. So here we have this fantastic hand-built trestle, obviously of an abandoned line going over a gorge. I think it just looks amazing. And here's one he was working on. But when his daughters handed this over to me, I was explaining to them how many hours of work would have gone into building these. And you can see there is all the stuff I have to go through. So if you've watched the video, you would have seen that one of the camera up a minute. One of Eddie's thoughts was that all this stuff should go to helping children. So there's one thing we're going to do with the Model Railway Club, is we're going to have an outreach program to children in the local area, so we can get them involved with railways, you know, every aspect of the railways, from the woodwork to the wiring to the scenics, everything like that, to spark their interest. So we'll just start off going through this stuff just so I can record it. So just a box of wires. Now all his stuff is Marklin, so he modelled the continent, so it's all continental railways. So I'm hoping Anthony might appear later on, because some of this looks German. So we just got loads and loads of boxes of bits. We got a load of flat wagons. I mean, it's fantastic stuff. Now you can date it because it's all Marklin, and this says it's made in West Germany. So that puts it at least in the 80s. There's some lubricating oil. And here we have, there's one of the Gauge Master track rubbers. I use these myself because they're not as harsh as the Pico ones. They're a lot softer, but they do tend to leave a lot of mess behind. You do need to vacuum up behind them. And we just got some oil and screwdrivers and glue in there. So all this sort of stuff will help. You know, there's modelling supplies and everything in here. And like you can see, this is some of the old tin plate signal crossing. And wired up for lights. And obviously it was motorized as well. So we can use all this to make a display in the museum of model railways through the time as well, because you see the Marklin stuff is all powered by the central rail. So that's just the old style track and another level crossing in there. Hi Timber Surf, how are you? March West, how you doing? So we have another box of various track pieces. Now this is Rocco. Got something derailed. Oh no, I thought it was derailing, but it's hailstones on the window. So this is just normal 00 or HO gauge track with the plastic ballast and no central rail in it, so we can use that. There's obviously a replacement motor for something. Just a box of various screws, some little cars. This has got some trucks. Just very bits and pieces. I mean, I think this is all like our own collections. We all have these bits and pieces. And there's Marklin, made in Germany. The left and right hand point with a central power. The trestles will be going on display in the museum. Well, there's an old style lamp. Some amazing stuff here. And here we have some weathering powders. And there's more powders and paints in the box. Some acrylics, some Humbrol. Paint brushes. More weathering powders. Let's see what's in this tin. Again, just a tin third hand, and this looks like it's some sort of spare bits for buildings. for scratch building, along with some screwdrivers. We know this stuff is going to go great for the model club and for new members. Yeah, I'll show the trestles again. Now this gentleman, he did live in Canada for a while, and he had a big layout there apparently before he moved back to Ireland. And I say all his stuff is continental. So these will, but you guys know the hours of work that went into this, you know, and there was a chance, you know, some of this could have just ended up in the skip, but the museum will give it a home, look after it, so future generations can enjoy it. Right, we have various scatters and glues, realistic water, enamel thinners. Again, like, we've got everything we need here to do a layout. Setting solution decals. So by doing this on here, I get a video record of all the stuff. Obviously we need to record it all for the museum. So Sparks has marked up lamp posts and resistors, so we got different types of lamps. In fact, I've got some of those types myself. There we go, I got some ones like that. That's going to be going on my layout. HO scale people. Oh, look at that. Big box of people. And that's instructions for a transformer we have down there. Again, this is just more of that old style track with the powered central rail. Wow, look at that. Another buffer. So that is all track. So anyway, what's everyone else been up to? Yeah, just a tub of some scatter. Here we have a couple of wagons. I presume these are refrigerated wagons. There's two of them. And here we have some wheel sets, some sort of control modules. Must be for switches. And some old style catenary. And this is just a box of instructions and spare bits, wire connectors, and looks like brushes and just a load of spare bits and pieces. That's probably a list of everything. Yeah. A list of all the bits and pieces. Yeah, little motor units and everything in here. I feel kind of sad going through all this. Eddie was a nice man. I had a long conversation with him when I picked up his stuff. Oh, and here we have some. We probably all have a box like this with all broken locos in it that we're sure someday we're going to fix. Hi Bernie, how you doing? Sorry if anyone else popped in while I wasn't looking at the chat. Where's Anthony when you need him? He would probably know a lot more about this sort of stuff, because I think it's DB with Deutschbahn, wouldn't it? Oh, SNCF, that's French Railways, isn't it? I mean, these are cast. They're not plastic. They're heavy. Now, when I picked up the other stuff, he did have a load of lovely steam engines that he said he was keeping, and they looked fantastic engines. And I did say to his daughters when they dropped this stuff off, saying he did have some engines that he was keeping. I said they were very, very precious to him. So I hope you guys have kept hold of them, because they're probably worth a bit, and he'd want you guys to have them to remember him by. And they said, yeah, they're keeping them all. So that's good. They're going to his grandchildren. So hopefully that will spark. Got some connectors in there. So now here we have some wagons that look brand new, never been out of the box, still wrapped in their plastic. Deutsche Reibahn, Hanover. Well, I can read that, but so they're just some sort of milk car set. So they're milk cars. Hi Andy, how you doing? Yeah, the loco morgue. I think we all have a box like that. It's just that we have everything here now to start a model railway. Oh wow. That must be one of those special commissions. So you have Looney Tunes on the side of a wagon, and one of those rulers. I remember having these as a kid. I remember simple things like that kept us amused. And here we have a nice rolling road. So looking at it, you can either run, there's 2 power tracks, 2 cables going to the power, and also central rail, so you could, in theory, test your center rail stock or your normal stock that picks up through the wheels. I mean, that'll be a great asset for servicing all the locos. It's a nice piece of aluminium. It seems like a good sturdy piece of kit. I can't see a make on it. Right, here we have another bag of bits, a box of bits even, sieve, some rock molds. Oh, there's a wayward. Maybe that's the German fat controller. And here we just have various little building bits. Some windows, fences, that sort of thing. All sorts of spares used in scratch building. Marklin. For adults only. Yeah, it's wire. Yeah, so in here we have some, oh, these are, I'll put them to one side because they go with the controller that's down here. So in here we have various bits of wire, some sort of switching unit, yeah, so in there's bits and pieces. Put all that in there. That goes in there. So here we have power unit, Marklin Controllers UK. Something I haven't heard of. Any of you guys recognize that? So that's obviously the handheld controllers to go with it. That'll be very handy for powering up the layouts. So it's got 2 12-volt track outputs. So this is just a normal 12-volt DC controller. So that'll be very handy. Now, of course, here we have the Marklin controller, which of course Marklin are AC and a different voltage. So yeah, that outputs 16 volts AC and 16 volts to 24 volts AC. So that'll be useful for running any of the Marklin stock we have. Oh, and there's also a 12 volt 2 amp supply, so that'll be handy for running any accessories. Oh wow, that's obviously his tanker collection. We've got Jet, BP, Viva, Aral, Total. You can see there, HO scale. I like the way on these where the couplings are connected by a spring. Like the bodies of these are all metal, so there's a good bit of weight in them. I know they're probably older, but Here we have a complete box of rolling stock, so let's have a look at these. Empty box. I presume that's a beer. Hi, HH Express, how you doing? So we've got a load of wagons here. I'll go through them quickly. Again, I presume that's another beer. I might have to keep that one, seeing it says Beck's on it. Yeah, Jerry, it is sad, but these are going to give joy and pleasure to countless people who come into the museum and to people who come and do the modelling in the model club. You know, so this stuff will live on. And I hope Eddie is up there smiling down on us, knowing that these are going to a good home and they're going to get a good use. I think that's an ice cream, because that symbol there, Jerry will look at that one, it's very similar to what we have in Ireland for HB ice cream. We got more tankers, got Esso, Shell, another Esso, Ariel, not sure what that is. We do have a German lady who works for us, so she'll be able to translate all this for me. Pilsner, that's another beer. However, I'm just going through these too quickly. I presume that must be a banana wagon. Another beer. Just a closed wagon. Hi Ewan, how you doing? Yeah, the bases are metal. Yeah, it is like the old Hornby Duplo. There's so many wagons here. And I mean, like, they're all well looked after. They're all in the boxes. I mean, I'll just take one out just to have a look, because I don't think they've actually had much running, if any. Well, they have been run. You can see some running on the wheels. But there's something about the Continental models. I mean, they look, maybe it's because of the scale, but they just look totally different and totally differently constructed. I know the Germans like their beer, but how many different companies is there? These are, majority of these seem to be beer wagons. Excuse me. It's obviously a special for UNICEF. They have, looks like there's prices on them as well. So the Deutschmark 49.95. So when the euro come in, was that 2001? So it's before that. Well, it's got 19.99 on it, so that's obviously another special. More beer. And again, more beer. Hi Nick, how's it going? I see you're down for Bangor with your model. Put that down here. Let's see what's in the next box. Oh, there's a loose bit of track. Where did I put the box of track? Put that there a minute till I find it. Oh, of course. There's the track. Oh wow, this is... Well, I haven't actually looked at any of this because I met his daughters sort of halfway between here and Malin, and we just chatted and loaded it into the car, and I only took it out of the car today to bring it in here to go through it tonight. But look at these. I mean, that just looks amazing. I mean, I know this isn't Irish, I know it's not even narrow gauge, but it's just, you know, this is all about what I want to do is get young kids involved, inspire them, you know, make it fun, look at what you can do. So don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys. If you've got any questions about this stuff, or you've seen something you want me to pull out again to have a closer look at, put it in the chat. Yeah, they all seem to be pretty much in mint condition. They're all well looked after. They're all in their original boxes. Start putting these back in again. but I just think these sets are a lot of fun. I mean, like, we don't really get anything like that in the UK. Ah, Anthony, the very man. How you doing, sir? I thought you'd be interested, Anthony. You're going to have to go back and watch the stream from the start. I'll give you what I've got here is the video that's pinned to the top, where I got donated stuff for the museum from Eddie Sullivan. He passed away in December, and his daughters got in touch with me and wanted to donate the rest of his collection to the centre. And he modelled Marklin European stuff. It all seems to be German. And I'm just going through it here on camera so I can have a video record of it all, so it's recorded for the museum. Oh wow. It's a roundhouse. Oh, what are those doors? Look like they're wired up to be automatically opened. You guys see that? Oh, you've had a rough week, have you, Anthony? Oh, sorry about that. I hope you're okay. Well, that looks amazing. It's tin plate. Again, it's Marklin, made in Germany. But like, that's just wow. Oh, the train pushes them open. Ah, right. Oh, I'm so sorry, Anthony. That's terrible. I'm so sorry for you and Joyce. That's a terrible thing to happen. Here we have a set of Marklin screwdrivers. Tweezers and little socket attachments. An oiling pen with a screwdriver. Like a Marklin bumper sticker. Hi White Walls, Hardcore, how you doing? We just have instructions and plaster of Paris. Ah, scale model scenery. Wire fencing posts. I did, when I looked on there on the trestle, I did see the fence on top and I thought, oh, that looks like scale model scenery. I wonder if it is. And sure enough it is. Well, Nick, I would say that you make sure people know your wishes. So here we have loads of matchsticks and that sort of thing, paintbrush, cutters, paintbrushes. Oh, what's this? Oh! Oh, I see. So it's obviously a template for making up the trestles. How handy is that? There's just more matchsticks and wooden bits in there. Oh, and this is obviously tools that used to make it. We've got a compass, set squares, masking tape, protractor, pencil, rubber and sharpener. Oh, and in here it looks like we have more wagons. That's a lovely little set. I take it it's some more milk wagons. Okay, Ewan, catch you later. Thanks for popping in. There we have wire glue. And just a little church. Another little wagon. These are obviously a kit that he's put together. Right, and here we have, this is obviously, be careful this now, it's just been put into the bag, so this, obviously some sort of hopper for mining. Here we have various hoppers that he has. I'm running out of space here to put all this stuff out now. So that's just more of the same that he's weathered. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got 2 DB cargo with loads. And just some spare couplings and roof bits for this. Some that goes on there. And put that back in the bag so all the bits stay together. Oh, and there was also this one. So you can see we have plenty of wagons. And here we have some electrical switches and connectors, panel pins. Scenic cement, spray bottles, various glues, all glue and glaze. Scenic cement, good old PVA. Just a box of spare motors and bits and pieces. Right, I think we're almost there. So some more hoppers. So what have we got? Oh, I've got the very same set myself. Small drill bits. Brass brush for cleaning wheels. We've got we got 6 of these. No, we haven't. We got 8. There's another 2. That's obviously old polystyrene loads on the top. Oh, the old static grass applicator. One made from a fly swat. It'd be interesting to test that out against the WWS ones. This is just a track pack, is that in here? Yeah. Yeah, old track. Some signals on it. Yeah, it's like the old Hornby Duplo tin plate with the central pins. Yeah, I realise that, Anthony, that they're the way they're wired, as their wheels aren't insulated. But he must be running some of these on DC because he had a DC controller. Now we just got various books. This is a Marklin catalogue, 2415. What this is. No, it's some stone wall effect. So these all seem to be books on Marklin. Now all these books and magazines will go into our library at the museum. So we have a couple of regulars who come in, buy our books, take them away, read them, and donate them back to the centre again. These are all sort of manuals and there's some interesting books here. Hi Heath, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well, sir. How's things across in the Big Apple? Well, that's one that should interest me, the narrow gauge annual. ON30. And we have God, that's a catalogue 2015. I mean, that is just full. Oh, and that's the same again, but this time it's locos. Amazing. Now we just have a box full of magazines, Model Railroader, 2016, 2013, 2014, oh, Continental. So lots of magazines there. So an amazing amount of stuff. his video now records it all. And we also have a bag of various trees and bushes. So that is it. That's what's been left to the museum by Eddie Sullivan's family. We're very grateful for it, very thankful for it. And it will go a long way to building displays and models and having displays in our centre. I now have to get some boxes, box all this up properly and take it into the centre. Obviously some of the stuff is just of historical value, and we can make a display of sort of model railways over the years because we have some different stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that. It really was. I wasn't expecting as much. I knew there was a lot of boxes, but I mean it's all sort of top quality stuff. Right, so if I've missed anyone who's popped in and I haven't said hello to, hello, pop up and say hello again. I have my head down for a lot of that going through stuff. So as I was saying, you might have seen on the Heritage Facebook page and the Donegal Dad and Donegal Model Railway Club, we also had a donation of a layout of Pedigo, which was a station in Donegal town. I'll be doing a separate video on that. Going around there behind my A-class, you could see a couple of Irish carriages. They're from Aidan Dunn, who built the Pedigo layout. They're from his collection, which was again a donation because unfortunately Aidan passed away in 2020 and someone picked up his layout and looked after it and then got in touch with us. So we're very thanks to Enda and Siobhan who had it and drove all the way up from Gort to deliver it to us in Donegal. And we're in the middle of putting it into our grey wagon as a display, along with some of Eddie's stuff here will go in as well as part of that display. And that means I have another layout to build in that wagon. So once I do this platform that I've been working on, once I get that done, I'll probably go into the centre and concentrate on doing that so we can get it sort of up and running for the summer. So I'd like to thank all my channel members for their support. So you can see now what some of the money will be going towards that the channel raises. I've put an order in for some plywood and timber for building the extensions to the layout in the grey wagon. So that's what the funds raised by the channel will be going to. So you'll be able to see that. And that's something I'll be working on over the next couple of months. Yeah, it'd be quite a layout. The wagon is 16 by 7 foot. It's not quite 16, it's what, 15.5 foot by 7 foot. Of course, you have to have space for people to come in and stand, so it's going to be sort of a U shape. So if you imagine the wagon, the doors are in the centre, you will step into then the the layout will be in front of you, the main Pedigo station, and then it will come out to the sides where it will go around a loop to keep passing through the station. Hi Newlyn Railway, how you doing? Hi, just excuse me while I take a quick swig of my little lemon and lime. So how is everyone? What have you all been at? I'll lift the camera up again so you can all have another look at the trestles, because I think they're fantastic. I like how he's got the bikini clad ladies down here going for a swim. People walking along, which is obviously now a disused railway. And this one he was building. I may incorporate this into layout or just have it as a standalone display. So I think it's just, I know it's not typically Irish or even in the UK, but I just think it's too good a piece not to put on display. I did see those coaches. I'm very tempted to put an order in for them. Yeah, and Curacao announcement of was it the Class 31? It's not something I would be going after. They're 37, yes, but not. The 31 doesn't excite me. Yeah, I was thinking that hardcore, but the only problem is you'd have to take the fence off the top and disturb some of the original work, so I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I don't think it's a European bridge either. It's definitely sort of more American. Or sorry, North American, shall we say. So let's put this camera back up on the layout. You're after something in Dutch livery. Is that the grey and yellow, is it? I was planning to do some work out here. Hang on. Got a derailment. Tornado's left some carriages behind, so I'm going to put it back on and then get Tornado to stop. There we go. Bye, Timber Surf. Thanks for dropping in. Who was doing a test? I've seen a stream test yesterday. Who was doing a test stream? Yes, I was going to do some more work out here tonight, but I have no room to move. I did start work on putting the lights and wiring and starting the video. Hopefully I can get it finished to get it out tomorrow. But yeah, I have very little room to move in here now. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Back on. Right, guys, I might call that a day there. So hopefully the video will be out tomorrow. Not making any promises. I was hoping to get a lot of videos done this week and it hasn't happened. Yeah, that 24-hour special, 17th of April. I will have to see if I can get a slot and do what I did last year. With a little bit of history of the railways in Donegal and a tour around the museum. We've got the extra bonus of having Drumbo there this year. And it should be, if I do it in the evening, it'll be in daylight, so I can have a good walk around, show you all the underneath and everything off Drumbo. So I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Same time next week, 7:30 again. I'll have my train room a bit tidier and a bit more work done on it, hopefully. Want to finish that platform and the housing before I start on building the layout in the grey wagon in the centre, which I'll be doing videos on, because I just don't have enough time to do both at the same time. So good night everyone, stay safe. And I'll catch you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.